From BS and Beer Media, it's Top of the Bleachers with Jason and Tucker.
Handoff, Smith coming right, trying to outrun the coverage, makes a cut, gets it. Oh, he's still going all the way. He's going to score. He's got the five.
Let's see what the guys are talking about today.
Hey, everybody, and welcome into the Top of the Bleachers. I'm your host, Jason Big Guthrie, and I'm here with my buddy and partner, co-host Tuck Scarbrough, and we're hanging out talking about some sports and just chilling. Got lots of stuff to talk about today. We got some summer league basketball. We got the Arkansas baseball team a little bit, a little NFL hard knock stuff that's going on that everybody's kind of talking about and upset about or not upset about. And then we got our Mount Rushmore of college sports that we're going to go through and talk about. Just hanging out and chatting. We thank everybody that's joining us and going to watching. If you hit that like and subscribe and all that good stuff, we'd appreciate that. Tuck, what's up, man? How you doing? You feeling better today?
Yeah, I'm feeling fine, man. How was your 4th of July?
It was good. Peaceful. I've been a little under the weather last few days, so we didn't do too much. There was lots of fireworks in the neighborhood, so that was no lack of fireworks displays. And I live right on a little hill here, so I had a perfect view except my lawn chairs up.
Any of the dogs scared of the fireworks?
The littlest one, Abby, was a little bit, it was hard to get them to go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like, they were fine being outside, but if it was like they go outside to go to the restroom, no, we're not doing that. Hold up. Wait a minute. What's that?
What's up, Bobby? Good to see you, man. Glad you're here.
Too much distractions, man.
I had probably the worst 4th of July I've ever had in my life.
Oh, geez.
Started off with I had to wake up and pretty much clear out of my house because my cleaning person was coming to clean my house. And that takes about 2.5 hours. So we had to go find something to do. And it was miserably hot. We drove all over Morrilton, Arkansas, looking for a park to go to. It was just, having to get up and leave your house. We got some shopping done, bought some fireworks, went back to the house. And I thought, man, I'm hot. I'm going to jump in the pool. So I jumped in the pool, and there was a yellow jacket in the pool that was drowning, and he was mad at me because I guess he thought I'd done it to him, and he stabbed me in the arm. My arm swelled up like Popeye. And then we went to go watch fireworks, and with my hernia and my swole arm, I decided I would just watch. So I sat down in the lawn chairs, and for the next 35 minutes, I looked at beautiful fireworks that my nephews shot off, and then but the whole time I was getting eat up by mosquitoes. So my legs were all eat up with mosquitoes by the time we were done. And then I went to go get my dog out of their little safe room because he doesn't like fireworks. So we put him in the safe room where he can't hear anything. We got him out of there. And about the time I was loading him up, the neighbor decided to shoot off an arsenal of fireworks. And the dog freaked out, took my legs out from underneath me, and I fell in the gravel driveway.
Oh, my gosh.
So, yeah, probably the worst 4th ever. And after all that, it was better than being at work.
That's true. Hey, this man talking about being in a pool, talking about having his house clean. I don't think it's that bad of a day. I think you're doing all right.
Yeah, I got first world problems. First world problems.
For sure. Nothing going on here. I finally got my AC fixed. Thank goodness. Talk about being hot.
Yeah.
We were hot for about 3 days. But thank God it wasn't too hot. Like it was, it stayed in the 80s, low 90s, I think. But one of those 100 ones,
Yeah, I'm not on IR because you can't keep a good man down. We're going to talk about that a little later on in the program, as a matter of fact.
All right. Well, man, I'm glad you made it through that. And I'm glad you're here. And I know we haven't talked much this week, so good to see you. Glad to get to talk to you and hang out and stuff, man. So, first thing we were going to talk about was our Mount Rushmores. and this was pretty interesting to think about and then research each person that I came to mind, because that's kind of what I did. I thought, I'm going to pick the guys that kind of come to my mind right off, that I think, you know what, that's when I think college sports, that's what I think of. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
This was Mount Rushmore of college sports, all college sports. Now,
Mhm.
when we first came up with this, what I was thinking players. But
Mhm.
the time when you start thinking about college sports, I mean, the guys
Mhm.
that have been the most impactful are the coaches.
Yeah.
So all four of mine are coaches. I don't
Well,
know
but
about yours.
it's because they have a 30-year career, maybe. But college players got 4 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I hear you. I
so
hear you. I totally
you
hear you.
can't compete with that. So yeah, I have some coaches and one non-coach.
Okay. All right.
But
Cool.
yeah, so as I said, I got three. I feel like probably same three, maybe same three as you. I figure, and then
I got a feeling we got maybe one that
this
is
one.
the same. And
Okay.
I don't know about the rest of them. I don't know about the rest of them.
All right. Well, you just go one at a time then. So who's your first? I'll let you pitch your first one because
Well, this is
I
the
may,
one I'm pretty sure that we're going to have the same, and
I may disagree.
it's going to be Nick Saban. Nick
Nick
Saban.
Saban.
Nick Saban is on the Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Uh, I mean, the guy's just amazing. He's got 7 NCAA titles, 1 with LSU, 6 with Alabama. I mean, his winning percentage is through the roof. I mean, when you think of college football, he is one of the first names that's going to pop into your head. And if
Yep.
it's not, then you don't watch college football. And probably the greatest thing to ever happen to Arkansas football was for that man to retire and go to the house. Thank, thank you from the bottom of my heart, Nick Saban.
For a lot of teams in the SEC, for sure.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Yeah, Nick Saban on my list too. Like I said, one of those guys that changed everything. He just changed everything about what you thought about a football coach should be and what they ought to do and what winning meant, and just the high level of recruiting, the number of wins, 11 SEC championships, 15 SEC Western divisions, like you said, 7 national championships. I mean, just ridiculous.
And 2
And
different schools too. I mean, everybody
yeah,
brings up the Alabama one, but he won one with LSU too.
well, he was good at Michigan State too.
Yeah,
Before that,
he was. The only place that Nick Saban has not done well was in the NFL. That was the only place that he did not do
yeah,
well.
yeah. BS and Beer says, "Thank God he's retired." I mean,
Amen, brother.
there's a lot of SEC teams right now. They're super happy he's not in there anymore. So, and you never know. I mean, you never know. Comebacks happen. Come back
Yeah.
for a 5-year run. You never know.
Yeah. Hey, if no time flat, the Hog fans are going to want rid of Pittman. Come on in, Nick. You can come
That's true.
coach it.
That's true.
I don't think we got enough money to get Nick.
Arkansas would. I think everybody would have. They would probably pass out. The whole state would probably
If
pass
we
out.
had Coach Cal and Nick Saban, oh my gosh.
Somebody would be dreaming that. That's 10 years ago. That might have been crazy, for sure.
So who's your number 2?
Well, number 2. Okay, so it wasn't necessarily that I thought football or basketball or whatever. I just thought overall, right? But so Nick Saban was one. You got to have Coach K.
Oh, we do have 2 that are the same.
You got to have Coach K. I
Gotta
mean,
have
come
Coach K.
on. I mean, did it forever for
20,
one, and
22 years.
number 5 national championships, 6 gold medals as a head coach for the U.S. men's national team, over 1,200 career wins. That's insane, man. 15 tournament titles.
13 Final Fours, 15 ACC championships in the tournament, 13 regular season championships. He, again, one of those coaches that when he retired, I was like, thank goodness this guy's gone. I mean, he was such a winner.
I don't know. Unless he was at your team,
Yeah. One of the proudest moments in Arkansas history is our title that we won over Coach K. And that just
Yeah.
made it just a little bit better. That's like winning one over Alabama when Saban's at the helm.
Yeah, I had to have Coach K on there, man.
Gotta have Coach
He,
K.
yeah, for sure. Saban and Coach K. That's like two of the top ones ever. That's my two. Who's your third one?
All right. Third, I'm gonna pull one out of the past, man. We're going Raul Martel Dedeaux. Okay. He was known as Rod Dedeaux. He was the head baseball coach for Southern California for 45 seasons.
Okay.
His record 1,332 wins, 57 losses,
Jeez.
11 College World Series championships in 48, 58, 61, 63, 68, 70 through 74, 4 years in a row, and then 1978. Born 1914, died in 06.
Wow.
I'm going with Rod Dedeaux for the Mount Rushmore.
I'm embarrassed, Rod. I forgive me. I don't know your game. I don't know that name, but that's incredible. Holy moly. USC, you said?
Southern California, yeah.
Southern Cal. That's crazy. I have not heard of him before, but baseball, I'm not a big baseball fan, so I can't say that I would know that anyway. But that was a long time ago too. But I can't say anything because number 3 on my list is from a long time ago as well. So number 3 on my list was from back in the day, Mr. John Wooden.
John Wooden, good pick.
And yeah, coach of the UCLA Bruins from 1948 to 1975, won 10 national championships, including 7 in a row from 67 to 73. He has all these books and all these philosophies and all this stuff that's out there and all these coaches that use his stuff. I mean, he's a legend. Everybody knows Wooden. Everybody uses his framework of stuff. He's got the pyramid of success is what it was called. That's what everybody used. Framework for achieving personal and team excellence by Mr. Wooden.
Bill Walton used to tell a story about the first day of practice with John Wooden. And the first thing they did is everybody learned how to tie their shoes. That is how detail-oriented John Wooden was. Yep. Everybody's going to learn how to tie their shoes the first day of practice.
Yep. I've heard that story. Overall record, 664 wins, 162 losses. Like I said, 10-time national champion, 12 Final Fours. So they made it there 12 times, but they lost 2 of them. 15-time Pac-12 champ. I mean, just a legend. How can you not put him on the Mount Rushmore? So there's my 3 so far: Saban, Coach K, and Wooden, the biggest coaches in my lifetime that I'll ever know or ever think of. So that was my top 3. Who was your third?
My third was Rod Dedeaux, man.
Rod Dedeaux, that's right.
See,
okay, all right.
You can't forget Rod Dedeaux. You're gonna
I already forgot. I forgot, bro. Who's your all right? Who's number 4 then? Who's your 4th one on the mount?
Number 4. I went to John Wooden. I looked at John Wooden. I thought about putting John Wooden on there. I thought about putting Bear Bryant on there. I mean, Bear Bryant. And he's an Arkansan. Even though he coached for Alabama, he's an Arkansan. But I had to go with Pat Summitt. Pat Summitt goes on my Mount Rushmore. 1,098 career wins, 8 NCAA championships in 87, 89, 91, 96, 97, 98, 07, and 08. 16-time SEC champs, 16-time regular season champs, 5-time coach of the year, 8-time SEC coach of the year, silver medalist as a player in the 76 Olympics, and won a gold in 84 as the head coach. Pat Summitt goes on my Mount Rushmore.
Okay, that's hard to argue with. She was good.
She was really good.
Just like Wooden, though, as far as the women's game, she's the John Wooden of the women's game.
She
as
really
far
is.
as all the stuff that came from her and all these coaches nowadays are doing stuff that Pat Summitt taught. Man, that's a good one. I like that one a lot. I went a little outside the box on the last one. I didn't use a coach, but I thought, what do I think of when I think of college football? Right? Whoa, Nelly.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, Nelly. I had to go with Keith Jackson because I put him on my mount because when I think college football, college sport, he did more than college football. He did announce other sports too, but for over 50 years, he come with the catchphrase "Whoa, Nelly." He's credited for nicknaming the Rose Bowl the granddaddy of them all. He's gets credit for the Michigan Stadium, the Big House. Just when you think of that iconic sports play, some big highlight, it seems like it was always him, Keith Jackson making that call. You know what I mean? Oh, there he goes. He's gone. He's going to run. It was great. And he made it exciting and fun to watch. And when you're first starting to watch sports, probably when I was a kid, he made it exciting. He made it something that I wanted to watch again.
It's
So
like It's
Yeah.
like Jim. It was like Jim Ross calling a Stone Cold Steve Austin match, man. You didn't get any better than Keith Jackson calling a
Yeah.
Monday Night Football game, man. It
Yeah.
was. I agree. I did not think of announcers. That's a great one, man. That is a great one.
Yeah. Well, you had Pat Summerall. I thought him
Mhm.
too, and then but
You got
but he
Al
did
Michaels.
but Pat did a lot of NFL as well. Like him and John Madden teamed
Yeah.
up in NFL for a long time. So, but he did a lot of college too. But yeah, when I think college, I think Keith Jackson for sure. So that's my Mount Rushmore: Saban, Coach K, John Wooden, Keith Jackson.
I got Saban, Coach K, Rod Dedeaux, and Pat Summitt.
Rod Dedeaux. I'm gonna have to do some more research on him because that's a cool name. I mean, come on, Rod
Well,
Dedeaux.
Rod was actually a nickname. His name was Raul something. I don't Martinez or something like that.
That's great. That's awesome. That's a great name. All right. What was your okay? So you got your 4, and I got my 4. All right. So next, let's move on to the next thing. What we're going to talk about the NBA Summer League.
Summer League.
And honestly,
I-
the game
yeah.
tonight is the one I really kind of want to watch. The Memphis game is. I'm kind of excited to watch that tonight. So
Can I just say, Summer League's hard to watch. Hard to
a little
watch.
bit.
They Summer Leagues where they like to mess around with new rules. One of the new rules is 10 fouls. They're giving each player 10 fouls.
What?
10 fouls.
Are you for real?
I'm being totally serious. Now I don't know if that was just during the Southern Classic or the California Classic, or if it's going to be all Summer League or whatever. But that's ridiculous. 10 fouls.
That is ridiculous. Let me look this up. Summer League rules.
I think the best team that I watched over the last 2 days was the Kings. I like the way they get up and down the court. I like their players. I was a little bit confused because I watched one Kings game and Mason Jones was playing for them, and Timmy, you remember Timmy from the Zags? They got him.
Yeah, saw he was doing well.
Yeah, he's not doing too bad. They got a couple of
to be honest.
They got a couple of other guys, Ellis's. They got 2 guys they got like 4 guys with last name Jones, and they got 2 guys with last name Ellis. And one of the games I saw a play that was actually Jones to Jones to Ellis to Ellis to Jones score. It's like, holy crap. And then the sideline reporter, her name was Sophia Jones. So there you go.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of Jones.
A lot of Joneses going on.
Now the Kings. Well, I said earlier that I thought they were one of the best Summer League teams, but I watched 2 different games, and it was 2 different teams, and that confused the living tar out of me. It turns out they got 2 farm clubs, and I guess San Antonio does too, because I watched San Antonio play, and Castle played in one, and then in the next one he wasn't even out there.
I didn't know that one, and I'm not for sure on that one either because he may just not played.
Well, but like You remember that Boots Radford that played for Mississippi State? You remember him? Little point guard. I think he scored like 30 every time he played against the Hogs. He plays for him, but he didn't play in the same game that Castle and that Bouye kid played in.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's hard.
He didn't have any stats. I mean, so
it's hard basketball to watch. They're young. They just got together, so there's not a lot of chemistry. There's a lot of turnovers. It is interesting seeing some of the guys that you haven't seen in a while, like the Hornets have got Nick Smith Jr. and they got that McCowan kid. They got a big guy inside named Gee that was tearing it up, and then in the second game I watched him in, he rolled his ankle. So I don't know about that one.
Yeah, it's the same Spurs team because Castle led him in scoring the first one. Ingram led him in scoring the second one.
All right. Well, Castle didn't even play in the second one. I didn't even get to see him get on the floor.
I'm not sure why he didn't play then. And the first thing that stood out to me was Bronny and Dalton Connect's game. I watched the Laker game, and neither one of them could buy a bucket.
Well, Dalton Connect did much better in the second ball game than he did in the first.
He did. I saw him hit a couple three, or at least 1 3.
Well, he made a couple of defensive plays too. He actually looked like he belonged there in the second game. The first game, I think, was just nerves. I think he was just nervous as he could be.
And then Bronny didn't even play in the second game.
No, he got his $4 million. He ain't gonna be playing with them scrubs no more.
Yeah, well, man, if anybody needs it, this guy's the one that needs it. I mean, don't even start on this guy. Don't even get me started.
Yeah.
The fact that Justin Edwards right now is playing on a 2-way contract for the Philadelphia 76ers and LeBron James has a 4-year deal is ridiculous. Justin Edwards was the former number 1 ranked player coming out of high school.
Dude, I watched Mason Jones for the Kings. Okay, first of all, the kid's dropped 50 pounds. He's hit the weight room. He's so explosive going to the basket. He had such a great ball game. And I'm thinking to myself, this kid can't get a contract and Bronny James is sitting on $4 million.
I know. Me? That's what I'm saying. It's just the nepotism is ridiculous. Anyway. All right, we're going down the wrong road.
Anyway. But in life, not just sports, but in life, sometimes it's who you know, not what you know.
It's almost always who you know, sadly. The hero out of that first game though was Henson, who went 5 for 7 from 3, and then the kid from Sacramento Kings 2, I guess, or 1, I don't know which one. Adonis Arms went for 32 points, 11 rebounds.
Adonis Arms had a great ball game that second game.
He went off, yeah. And then I watched Miami and Golden State a little bit, and then
but earlier I was talking about I'm not going to be on IR. You can't keep a good man down. Well, that leads into the fact that the Kings, in a 3-team trade, come out with DeMar DeRozan. And let me tell you why DeMar DeRozan is a good fit. This man has played 98% of his career. That's right. Wow. DeMar DeRozan doesn't get hurt. And if he does, he still plays. People like Joel Embiid ought to look at DeMar DeRozan's offseason workout and maybe, I don't know, duplicate it or something like that, because this kid does not miss ball games. This is a great pickup for the Kings.
Yeah, I saw he's, I think, 35, so it was like a 3-year deal. So that's a good deal for them, I think. And he's a good player.
And also, I noticed, I want to say it was Golden State. They got that Castleman kid from Florida, the big guy. You know who I'm talking about?
For Portland?
No, not Portland. I think it was Golden State.
Golden State?
I got it written down here somewhere, man. My boomer sheets. That's what I'm going to start calling these, my boomer sheets.
I know Ethan Thompson's been playing really well for him. Castleton.
Yeah. He's playing for the Lakers.
Yeah, Lakers.
He's playing for the Lakers. He had a really good second ball game. He was really active. And the Warriors got a big man named Bolden. Did you notice him?
Yeah, I saw he had like 9 points or something,
Hey,
but
he
had like
is a
8
monster.
rebounds. Yeah, he almost had a double almost.
He is a monster, man.
Ethan Thompson had a solid game. I know the second game for sure. He had 22 points, 11 rebounds, something like that. Yeah, 11 rebounds.
But then after I watched the ball games for the last 2 days, I kind of went through and I kind of graded every team.
Yeah.
You know, like I gave, I think the Kings, they get an A. They get an A.
They look good so far, huh?
I think they do. I think the Spurs. I think the Spurs get an F. I'm not saying that Castle didn't do well when he was in there or whatever, but overall, their summer league team, they are so sloppy. There's no cohesion there. I just give San Antonio an F. I expect more out of the San Antonio team than what I saw.
I thought that too. I thought they looked a little sloppy.
The Chinese team, man. I gave the Chinese team a solid B-, man. I thought the Chinese team played very well. They got down early against the Kings and ended up coming back and making a ball game of it. Kings pulled away in the fourth, but I mean, they chipped away at it. They got a big guy in the middle. They were calling they were saying his name was Henson. Now that is not how I, would have pronounced his name. Their jerseys were really weird, man. They'd have like the first name and then the initials of their middle name and their last name on their jersey.
Yeah.
It was just really weird. Anyway, they got a big guy.
Yeah, Hanson.
Yeah. Number 51, 19 years old, 7'2". The kid can shoot threes. He's physical. Man, I'm telling you, he's NBA material. I don't know about the other guys on the Chinese national team, but that guy is NBA material. Somebody needs to give that kid a job because he's only 19 years old, man. He's already got better footwork than Zach Edey.
Wow. That's saying something. That's good then. I mean, well, that's what the summer league's for, is for these guys to show out and show off and show what they can do. And if they have grown since last year, and then they, they either go play in the G League or they make the team,
Yeah.
So I like the summer league. Like this wasn't a thing when we were kids. Like this, like they didn't do this kind of stuff.
No.
This is awesome. I mean, I think this is good stuff. It's
we also didn't have the television.
I mean, they may
coverage.
We just didn't know it.
Yeah, they didn't have the television coverage they got now.
Yeah, true.
The Hornets, I gave the Hornets a B. Nick Smith Jr., man, I wish he would have played like that when he was at Arkansas. I wish he would have just played when he was at Arkansas.
He didn't shoot very well.
He didn't shoot that great. He had a couple of assists that were he did a pocket bounce pass to a big man. That was a no-look pass. That was awesome. He hustles. He gets rebounds. I don't know.
He shot decently last season, like during the season, but that first game he went 4 for 17.
Yeah.
That's not good. But
how many rebounds did he have?
They shut that out. I don't know. Let me go look it up, I guess. And I can't name anybody else on that team right now either.
On the Hornets team, you got that McGowan kid.
The
Gee kid. You got the Battle one.
Simpson.
Yeah.
Smith had 4 rebounds. Had 8 points. Oh, this was the second game. Second game, he had 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists.
I'm telling you, man, he looked decent. I'm not saying that, somebody should sign him or anything like that, but as far as watching summer league ball and getting to see guys that you actually watched in college and stuff, it's fun, man.
No, he's going to make the team. I mean, he's on the team already. He won't play. He probably won't play all summer league. Well, he might. He might. But he got a lot of playing time. Like he's not just a bench dude. So I think they're counting on him to grow and be more of a contributor this year. So
Well, physically, you can tell that he has matured a little bit. Like he's still, skinny and wiry, but he's a little bit. I can't say that word. He's a little bit bigger. Apparently, you can't say thick. That apparently that implies something. That's not what we mean.
yeah, be careful.
But you got to be careful. So
be careful what you say.
You can tell he's put some weight on. He's still, scrawny, but he looks like he's more built for what he's doing.
Yeah, I like Charlotte. I mean, I like Brandon Miller. I think he might. I saw he was on their summer league team. He might play a game or two or something, or 5 minutes of the first game. And then like tonight, like I said, they got Memphis plays. Hang on, let's see who they got. Plays the Jazz, which the Jazz is loaded too, man. They've got like 5 rookies. Flipkowski. That's going to be a good game. A Grizzly Jazz game is going to be a good game. There should be a lot of people on there that we know, and a lot of people that we can watch. And then 76ers and Thunder is the first game.
Both those are tonight.
Yeah. Yes, not till 7 and 9. I don't know if that's Eastern or it's probably Eastern time. I think so. 6 and 8.
Sweet.
Central time. Yeah. Anyway, anything else on the NBA or?
No, not really. Heat. I was not impressed with the Heat.
What's his name? Khalil Ware did really well. That he plays for the Heat.
Yeah.
The rookie out of Indiana.
Yeah, the big
also
guy.
Arkansas native. If you didn't know that, Little Rock, Arkansas.
I thought the name sounded familiar, but I wasn't sure.
It was a big deal because he went to Oregon.
Oh yeah.
And didn't go to Arkansas, and that was a big deal. Everybody was all upset about that when that happened, whenever that was.
I don't know why. Why do people get upset about that?
Oh man, people are upset right now because Pittman's lost the top 3 in-state recruits. The 4-star guy just went to OU yesterday, and they're losing their minds, bro. If you can't recruit these in-state guys, like it's the end of the world.
But I mean, it's like, okay, I recall when Malik Monk went to Kentucky. Okay, everybody just lost their mind over that, and I'm like, why? I mean, do you want a kid to play for you that don't want to be there? I mean, if a kid's gonna come play for me, I want him to play for my team. I want him to be there for my team.
Yeah.
If you don't want to play for the Hogs, then go play for who you want to play for.
And maybe we got a guy that's better than him.
Maybe we picked up a guy from Kentucky or something. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
You can't go by these recruitings and stuff. Like these numbers they go by anyway are totally skewed. I've heard multiple people talk about how that you can't go by that. How many stars they are, you know what I mean? Like everybody's upset we were only getting 3 stars. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like we're getting guys, you know what I mean? They're quality guys. Anyway, and then of course you got LSU fans that like to rub that crap in our face. So
it's okay, man. That's okay.
Take that back down. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. So next thing, let's take a couple minute break here, or let's take about a 45 second. I don't want to give you too much time. I don't want to tell you too long now here, but I got a funny commercial. So think like 45 seconds, and we'll be right back.
This is Sheriff Cooter Wilmot of the Boudreaux Parish Sheriff Gas Station Beer, Bait, Barbecue, Barbershop, Laundromat Department. Remember our motto in Boudreaux Parish: we will find you and we will tase you.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe.
Okay. Anyway, like and subscribe, share, comment, all that stuff. Get in with us, man. Moving on, man. Hard Knocks is the Hard Knocks show that they do every year on the NFL. Well, they've got different, like they even have different seasons of it now, where it's like preseason, middle season, like I don't even know what all. But right now they have the preseason stuff going on, and they're doing the New York Giants. And this has made some headlines over the last few days because there's been some stuff come out about what some of the coaches have said that were, private meetings. But with Hard Knocks there's nothing that's private.
Yeah, they should have known that it wasn't private.
So they came out and said, first thing I noticed was the I don't know if he's the owner. Is he the owner? Let's see. The president and CEO, John Mara, he wanted to keep Saquon. Like, I think we ought to keep. He was kind of on the let's keep him. The coach, it's like, no, we're not going to do that. We're paying Daniel Jones $40 million. We're not going to pay him $40 million to hand off to a $12 million back. And I'm like, you do if it's Saquon Barkley. That guy's a beast, and now you're gonna take him out. You think Daniel Jones is gonna have a better year without him there to protect him? People were so concerned about Barkley. He's not there now. What do you think? You just took away his biggest thing. I just think they totally screwed up, and I think they made themselves look dumb on national TV.
Well, whoever made that comment definitely made themselves look dumb on national TV, because any quarterback will tell you, ask Troy Aikman, when you can turn around and hand the ball off to a running back or fake the handoff to the running back who draws so much attention, that does nothing but open up your pass game. And it's the reason Jay Novacek and Michael Irvin and all those guys, why they, benefited so much was because you had to put at least 6 in the box, because if you didn't put 6 in the box, we were going to hand the ball off and run it down your throat. And we might still do it with 6 in the box. So it just opens up your pass game, and to think that you can go out and you can get you a running back who is going to draw that kind of attention from free agency or from the draft, well, then you're an idiot, and you probably shouldn't be the head coach of a football team, if you ask me.
It was actually the GM, Joe Schoen.
Okay. All right. Well, that's better. At least it wasn't the head coach.
It wasn't the head coach. No, it was Joe Schoen, if I'm saying that right. And you're right about they can't load the box with 9 dudes, and
no.
Without
Barkley back there, now I can play any defense that I want to play against you.
No, I think I don't know.
It's the reason that
congratulations, Eagles fans.
Yeah. It's the reason I wanted Derrick Henry so badly at the Cowboys, because you do not realize how much pressure that takes off of Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott has Zeke Elliott, who's going to get you 2 yards every carry, and some guys following him up. I mean, it's pretty much going to be Dak and the wide receivers. Pretty much is going to be our offense this year, and it's because we haven't gone out and gotten us a $12 million back.
Well, I don't mind Barkley changing teams, because I actually traded for him in fantasy last year. So I'm like, yes, get him off the Giants and put him on the Eagles. He's going to have a more productive year, I think. So I don't mind it one bit. But, I think the Hard Knocks thing in general is kind of crazy about how much inside. Like, I'm not prescribed or to HBO or whatever it's on. I don't have access to watch it or whatever. But just watching the news on it and stuff is crazy, because they so much inside info to everything going on. I'm sure Dale watches the crap out of the
only the only problem that I have with with him being traded to a different team was he stayed in the NFC. I mean, he could have. It would have been much better for us if he would have went to the AFC.
True. The other news I saw was the big news, I don't know if it's big news or not, but Mr. Dak Prescott walking around in his boot. And
did you?
Still hasn't come to terms with his new contract extension. He's scheduled to make $55 million in 2024.
Yeah, poor Dak.
Yeah, I feel bad for him.
Dak was on vacation in like Cabo San Lucas or something, somewhere like that, where rich people go, and somebody spotted him walking around in a boot, and they asked Dak about it, I guess later on when he was back off vacation, and he claimed that it was because he went deep sea fishing, and when he goes deep sea fishing, his leg swells up on him. Now, first of all, I've never been deep sea fishing. All right. I've never even been out in the ocean. All right. I think that's dangerous and you shouldn't do that, but that's just me. Okay. But I don't know if there's any truth to that. It's the same ankle that he happened to snap in half a couple years ago, 3 years ago. So I guess maybe with the pins in there and stuff, maybe the deep sea fishing did swell it up or something. I have no idea.
The ocean air.
Yeah. As far as his contract goes, he has publicly said that he's betting on himself, and he doesn't really care about the extension that much. Other people are making a big deal about it more than he is. Same way with Micah Parsons. Micah finally decided, you know what? We'll settle this up later after I have a stellar year, and you'll have to pay me even more freaking money. The only one that we're worried about is CD, and CD is sitting looking at that Justin Jefferson deal, and his chops are just slathering, and he's still on a rookie contract. So
that's why he's holding out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be there until they pay him.
The problem with that whole scenario is who's on the other side of that negotiation. And I've said it before, and I'll say it until he finally either sells them or kicks the bucket. But Jerry is what's holding the Cowboys back. He's the one that ran off Jimmy Johnson. He's the one that has started this 20-something year downfall, and he will continue to screw it up until the day he finally gives up either the team or the ghost, one or the other.
I'm afraid you might be right. I mean, a lot of people agree with you too on that he's too hands-on for sure.
I mean, the man's got more money than his great-great-great-great-grandchildren will ever be able to go through.
Yep.
Retire, go to the house, enjoy the 10 years you got left or however long you got left.
Yep.
No, he is not. He's not going to do it.
On a good note, we're less than 60 days away from some football. Some real
Man,
football.
I am so ready. You know, CD's not the only one holding out either, though. I mean, we got quite a few.
We got college ball in like 53 days, 54 days, something like that.
Yeah. The Cincinnati's dealing with T. Higgins and his contract. Cameron Haywood with the Pittsburgh Steelers is having things. Jamar Chase with Cincinnati. I mean, there's a whole bunch of contracts out there and I don't remember this when I was a kid. Maybe because, I don't know, maybe because there wasn't a social media or wasn't covered as much, but your current contract is not up, yet you want to negotiate a new contract.
Oh, yeah, they do that all the time.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me whatsoever. You negotiate a new contract when your old contract has.
They want a new deal before that one expires. Yeah.
And I don't really understand it, because if you come out and you have a good year and your contract's up, you're going to make twice the money that you would have made off that extension or whatever. I
Yeah.
guess a lot of guys are just worried about injury or maybe not having the year they had the year before or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if you only got 1 year left and you can get 4 and 3 of that's guaranteed, you're like, I want that. I want that.
It's crazy.
I don't
man.
blame him. I mean, how easy is it to get hurt though? I mean, you get hurt in warm-ups to be career ending, like, and then you're done and there's no way to make money or
Yeah.
well, there's no way to make money, but not as much as what you're going to make doing playing. So that's good. I saw Carson Wentz was a backup for Mahomes
Oh yeah.
this year. I saw that was kind of interesting. I know there's a lot of stuff going around about the Bengals right now, and everybody's how are they going to do and what are they going to do. I've seen a lot of stuff about that, and that division, I don't see him coming out of that division. Baltimore's coming out of that division.
Dude, it is. I mean, anything can happen. Okay. Baltimore gets hit with a whole bunch of injuries. Kansas City has a bad year physically. I mean, injuries happen in football. And there's always that one team every year that seems to go from the bottom to close to the top.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I was just talking about their division though. Pittsburgh, Baltimore.
Yeah, I get you, man. I'm interested. I think Pittsburgh's probably the most interesting team to me this year because of the offseason moves that they made, bringing in Russell Wilson. Got that. They got Justin Fields backing him up, which I think Justin Fields ends up hitting the field about halfway through the season. Is kind of my prediction.
I think Steelers are going to have a rough year. I think they might finish last in that division, actually. I think Cleveland and Cincinnati's both better. I think that's probably going to
Cleveland's one of those teams, though, that like they're kind of like the Jets, man. They look good on paper every year, and then they end up screwing it up somehow, or they end up, something big ends up happening, or somebody gets hurt or something like that.
They should have Chubb back, and they should have Watson back the whole year, and they got Myles Garrett on defense. I mean, they should be decent, I think.
Dude, the whole AFC, just the whole AFC is just freaking
for sure.
Dude, that is so tough over there, man.
It is. All right, man. That's about it for the NFL stuff. We got one more thing to talk about, and that's some Arkansas baseball.
Arkansas baseball.
And I know we're going to switch gears, I know, in a month or so and just only be basketball, football. So I'm enjoying the baseball talk.
Well, the baseball is, we're talking about it mainly because the portal closed. The portal closed, and of course, as soon as the portal closes, the writers and everybody have to go out and they have to start ranking how everybody did in the portal.
Yes,
I believe the Hogs came in second.
That's correct.
Yeah, Georgia first.
Yeah, second in the portal. I didn't see the high school rankings, but I don't know how they did on that. But second in the transfer portal, transfers only that we're talking about today.
Yeah.
And then I'm just some big ones that we got some dudes. We got a couple of dudes.
We did get a couple of dudes, man. We picked up Eloy's brother.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say his first name. I'm just going to call him Eloy's little brother or big brother. I don't know which one it is.
Yeah.
Designated hitter, infielder. Previous school was BYU.
Yep.
Freshman all Big 12.
Yes.
He only batted 269 batting average, but he did knock in 38 RBIs, and he's got a little speed on the bases. So
that is something I saw with a lot of these guys.
Yes, I did too. I know that. I think Van Horn was pissed off at the base running last year.
We have some guys with some speed. You can say that if you want to.
All right. Then we picked up this Landon. I have no idea how to say his last name.
Landon
Basheeds Left-handed pitcher from Ohio State, 6'3", 225. This kid throws 98 miles an hour. Now,
Yep.
I was kind of looking at his numbers. He struck out 91 and he walked 31. Okay.
Yeah.
So that tells me that he's walking like
1 out of 3.
1 out of 3. Is that, am I doing my math right there?
Yeah. But he had 91 strikeouts in 84 innings.
Yeah. And he was mostly middle relief.
That is kind of high walk, but he throws it hard. So
yeah, 98, and he's a big kid, man.
Yeah, that was a big pickup. I think he was number 2 or 3 in the portal.
Yeah.
The other big pitcher they got was Zach Root from Eastern Carolina.
Yeah, I saw him.
And he was just a freshman last year. They made the AAC All Freshman team. 3.56 ERA. Big left-handed, another left-handed kid.
I noticed when I was going through the list of kids that we picked up, like they might come from a small school. Like we got a couple kids from a community college. We got one from Lincoln, Missouri University, which I don't know where that's at. It's somewhere in Missouri.
Yeah.
But he was All-American D2. You know, like every one of them had like All-American under their All-American something under their thing.
Yeah, I got some different things on each one. Like we had an outfielder, Justin Thomas from JUCO. 37. He had 393. 37 extra base hits. 35 stolen bases.
Yeah,
that's pretty good because I don't think we had anybody over 20.
Yeah, I think I marked that down too. Yeah, we picked up this kid, Rocco Pepe. He's an outfielder from Fresno State.
The all-world team, all-world name.
Yeah. 23 multiple hit games. Think about that for a second. 23 multiple hit games. 327 batting average, 56 RBIs. I mean, that's good. That's good stuff right there, man.
And then we got an infielder, Brent Iredale he's a JUCO. He hit 441, 24 stolen bases, 25 home runs,
78 RBIs. The kid can play.
So that kid can play. And then yesterday, they picked up. Hang on, I don't even have it wrote down because I already had my notes made. They picked up the number 1.
I saw that
kid. Oh, I sent it to you, didn't I?
Yeah. I got it in my
what's his name? Yeah, what was his name? Elliot Peterson.
Elliot Peterson
hit 517. 15 home runs, 91 RBIs, 85 runs, 107 hits, 25 stolen bases.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Dude, we picked up this kid. All right, first of all, he's got the best name on the team. His name is Maximus Martin.
Okay? Yes, I like Maximus.
Right. The shortstop from Georgia State. All right. He walked 32 times last year. 32 times he walked. He's got a 430 on base percentage. Okay. Nice. This kid's gonna get on base. He's either gonna hit the ball or he's gonna get walked, one or the other.
Yeah, there was another guy that had like 14 stolen bases. Trenton Rowan had hit 403. He only had 15 strikeouts. He only struck out 15 times all year.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
A lot of these kids now are coming from D2, and they're coming from JUCO, and they're coming from, the Atlantic Conference. So you got to wonder how good the pitching is. Okay.
I don't know that it matters as much in baseball as it does some of these other sports.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You get into the SEC, and everybody's throwing in the 90s.
True. I mean, I know the bigger conferences are going to be better. I get that.
Of course, I watched the Hogs face a guy in the regionals that was throwing a 67 mile an hour curve, and they could not hit the daggum thing to save their life.
Yeah. The other interesting thing I saw was that Kendall Diggs, has another year of eligibility.
Yeah.
And he's not doing anything this summer because he's having surgery.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chance he may come back for one more run.
You know how I feel about Kendall Diggs, man. I love the kid. Love him to death. He's captain of our ball team. He's a leader. He struggled so much last
I
year.
think he was hurt though.
I'm pretty sure he was hurt the whole season, but he struggled so much. It hurt me. It hurt me emotionally watching him play and do that. It just, oh man.
I know.
I'm
but
glad
he just
I'm
I don't
glad
know
to hear he's having surgery and he's getting
I don't know if
better.
he's going to come back or not. He's talking about, and then I saw a lot of stuff about because the whole team goes off and plays in these summer leagues. all over
Cape
the place.
Cod and all that. Yeah.
Dude, Alloy is tearing it up. He's had like 6 home runs in the last 4 days or something like that.
We also lost a few kids, to the transfer portal.
A couple kids.
We lost that Jason Jones kid. And I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah. We also lost
Will Edmondson. We lost Will Edmondson. He played outfield for us for a while.
Yeah, not big numbers though.
No, he didn't do well at the plate, but he was a good defender. Cade Smith, we lost him. Hunter Grimes, we lost him. So
we lost the biggest loss was the last year's #1 high school recruit was a pitcher. He transferred out. That's the only one. That's the only one that's there.
Our biggest loss of the year was Hagen Smith. Okay.
Well, he's a junior.
Yeah, I would love it. Yeah, I would absolutely. There's no way, but I would.
He got too much money. He got too much money waiting on him.
Did you talk about Logan Maxwell? We picked up Logan Maxwell from TCU.
Yep.
10 of 12 stolen bases, 427 batting average.
Yep.
All Big 12 as a junior.
Carson Bowles, he's a D2 guy, 475, 15 home runs, 14 stolen bases.
We picked up this kid. It's like Charlie Devilay.
Yeah, Charles Davelin.
18 stolen bases, Florida Gulf South. He's playing in the Cape Cod League this summer. I'm telling you, man.
They reloaded.
They reloaded, and it's the one sport at other than track and field. It's the one sport at Arkansas that we actually get to reload. We don't usually do that. Usually at Arkansas, every year is a rebuild year, but but we get to reload this year, which is cool.
It's true. Besides baseball, yeah, they really did reload. I feel like I don't know, they already talk about how the Major League Draft is coming up here in the next couple weeks or something. You can lose a lot of these kids. You can lose a lot of these high school recruits that you got. Mm-hmm. They can be drafted. And they lost, I forget, 2 or 3 kids last year that would have been studs. They got drafted and went to the league. They didn't play college, So that's still a thing that can happen too. They can lose some of these guys, to the draft. So see how that goes too.
So after the draft, does the portal open back up for a while, or is it done?
I don't think so. No, there may be another one. I'm not sure how baseball works. There's 2 in basketball, or no, wait, there's 2 in football. There's 2 in football. One in the spring, one in the winter, or something like that. I think. I forget I don't know. They had the dead periods and all that stuff. I'd have to get a calendar to keep track of all that. I don't know where that's at. And I think it's different in each sport too, which is weird.
Well, it's always been weird with baseball because you can get drafted and you can come back. And it's not like that in any other sport. Baseball's the only one like that.
That is weird, ain't it? That is weird how they do that. But anyway, yeah, I think that was pretty much everybody. And then I saw Dave's been out making the rounds at Cape Cod, and he went and saw Loy, and taking pictures with him, making sure he's still my guy. He's still my guy. Don't be transferring anywhere. You know what I'm saying? He's still my guy. He's making his rounds, doing his recruiting stuff. So that's good. So yeah.
But do you have a list of the top 10? in the portal?
Oh, the top 10 portal players?
No, top 10, how they did in the portal. What schools did what in the portal? Like, we came second. Georgia came in first. I wanted to know how many SEC teams were in the top 10.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. I'll look this up.
Because I got a feeling at least 8 of the SEC schools were in the top 10.
Let's see here. This is just the players.
Oh, and a little faux pas from a previous show that I would like to correct. I made the comment that we had history with Texas and Oklahoma because we used to play them in the Southwest Conference. But that is not true. We have history with Texas and Oklahoma because we used to play them in non-conference and in bowl games all the time. We did not.
Well, wasn't Arkansas and Texas in the Southwest?
I know Arkansas was in the Southwest, and I think Texas might have been for a little bit until they moved, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think Texas and Oklahoma always been in the Big 8, Big 12.
Yeah.
All that.
But we played them all the time in non-conference, and then there was a long period there in the 70s and 80s where we were constantly playing them in bowl games.
I can't find anything on teams. All I'm finding is
well, it's okay.
Players.
I'm going to guess that at least 8 teams from the SEC are in the top 10.
Here we go. Let's see if they got baseball. No, all I got is football and basketball. On threes, all they got is basketball and football. So probably 24/7, probably. Let's see what they got. I didn't see any other big recruits coming in or anything.
We picked up.
I didn't recognize any of the. They don't have baseball either. I don't really recognize any of the high school kids. Like I said, I'm just not that knowledgeable on the baseball side of things.
So, summer league games tonight.
Summer league tonight.
That's about it. I mean, Olympics are coming up soon.
Yeah, we got summer league games pretty much all week.
That's good.
So,
at least it'll keep me entertained.
Lots of basketball on, so yeah. So I guess that's it. Before we jump out, one last thing. Don't forget, if you're struggling with your mental health, there's a national hotline that you can call, 988. Please check it out. Get some help. Don't do life alone. And Tuck,
that's don't do life alone. I like that. You need to keep that. Write that down somewhere. Don't do life alone.
Don't do life alone, for sure.
Let me tell you, suicide affects everybody. It not just affects the person who is committing suicide. It affects the loved ones around them. You don't know how important you are. There is somebody out there that loves you and wants you to be there tomorrow.
Yep.
And if you're feeling depressed, you're feeling down, you're thinking about hurting yourself, you're thinking about hurting others, call 988, talk to a professional, talk it out. Somebody will be there to listen to you.
Yes, for sure.
And as always, I'm here to listen to you, Big. I love you. I will always be here on Mondays at 4. Smash that like button and share this with your friends. Follow us, all that stuff.
Yes, sir.
And that's about it, man. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
All right. I love you, brother. Peace.
Yeah, peace.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.